noises and the balloons and the fireworks. Start our 100th year of football, and it was a great night. And we were sharp. Schaefer was as sharp as he's been. He got first pass to Smith, touchdown.
You seem to score early and often, right?
That's right.
Part of the season.
And Temple didn't play really well earlier. They started to have a good team. When they played the game, they got better. I like to watch these highlights.
You had 2 more in the first period, then another in the third, and here's Schaefer for 5. That's your 5th touchdown.
The difference between Schaefer at the beginning of this year and last year, he had the poise, he knew where people were, he pumped that kid off and ran it in. And then this Palmer, because I don't know whether they're going to throw the ball to Palmer here.
Well, this is the interception by Karpinski, a backup linebacker who had a big play there off sides.
He can run. Keith was a wideout at one time until he got too big to play wideout.
It's nice to see your backup players star early in the season.
Exactly. We played a lot of people early with the idea. And here's that spectacular fireworks display. One of the really everybody who saw it said it was just fantastic.
45-15 over Temple. You move on to BC, Boston College, your first road game of the year.
Big, strong, tough football team, Bill, and I think they proved that later on when they get settled down, when they get Troy Stratford and Halloran Wright, they were fine.
And here you got the early break, which was indicative of the early part of the season, and you capitalized. Yeah. You recover here on a Tyrone Taylor fumble. Didn't take you long to put some points on the board either.
No, we needed them too, because then we had some trouble. We staggered a little, but here was Smitty on a really nice off-tackle play, which he takes that side and he plowed his way into the end zone. We got away from a couple of those plays later on in the year, and we probably ought to go back to some of that stuff.
As I say, there's another game to play.
Yeah, I know. Here was the interception by Shane Conlon.
Stratford got your pass went through right on between the 3 and the 1.
Yeah, that's right. Shane grabbed, and then the kid from BC had a silly personal foul, late hit.
So we took them 26-14 over Jack Bicknell's team. He was a bit disappointed. I think he thought he was going to get a little bit more trouble in that.
But then it went down SMU, and then they won the rest. You know, they're in a bowl game. They're 8-3. People don't realize that.
East Carolina, who seems to play everybody in the top 10, moved in next, and Libretto tries one here, but Mr. Ison takes care of that.
Again, almost the first 3 games, I think we had the football turned over to us in the first series, the second series, and we were able to go right in and score. We're right in there now, and I think DJ gets this one.
DJ gets the first touchdown of the game, less than 2 minutes off the clock. So again, you're square in.
Again, DJ, people don't realize what a great year he's had. He doesn't have the stats to win a Heisman Trophy maybe, but he was a Heisman Trophy winner as far as I'm concerned. He blocked well and ran well. Now this is young Blair Thomas getting a shot. Boom.
He had a great year.
Yeah, he sure did.
Great year.
A lot of people want to ride and play him more, but we just wanted to bring him along slowly.
42-17 over East Carolina. Now it's Rutgers.
And again, a tough team. Rutgers was not fancy, but good, sound coaching and physical football team.
Schaefer found Hamilton there. First quarter touchdown.
Nobody really gave Rutgers a good look, and we probably gave them the best score of anybody. We went early to the reverse to Roundtree, and Roundtree made a big play out of it.
34 yards. That put you up 24. That was a big play for you all year.
Again, Danny Morgan did a good job on it.
So Gagliardi injured in this ball game. Scott Ernie took over, and Mr. Conlon took care of Mr. Ernie here. 8-yard loss. 31-6 over Rutgers.
What a Conlon's a football player, too. Yeah.
And now, the tough one. Always tough. Cincinnati comes in here with their ears back every year, Joe.
We get careless in this one, but we were in position to put them away early, and then we just horsed around, and I didn't go for the field goal before the half, remember 5 seconds ago.
And an uncharacteristic bobble by Jimmy Coates.
And it gives them a touchdown. We just, we didn't have our heads on right, and that's the coaches, particularly myself, and I think the squad.
DJ brought you back.
Yeah, DJ comes in there.
11 yards. Of course, the winning touchdown in this one, Joe, by another backup running back, David Clark, and you have to be so satisfied the way all of your people working.
Great squad, a great squad. It's just not a great first team or a great second. It's a great squad of football players, it really is. And again, Schaefer there, he gave a little bit more poise this time, and this was a clutch play. We're 3rd down and 10 or 11 there, and we're behind. Yeah. We're in the 4th quarter, and that was as big a play as we had all year. And then, of course, Thomas, he's got great vision, Bill. He sees sees people, and he's got a good change of pace, and he's got good balance. I think he's going to just get him a little bit more mature, get him a little stronger. I think next year he could be a great football player.
And coming up, the Clark run to win it for you, and the effort on this is just indicative of the way it's played.
Super effort.
Hit on the floor and just took them all right into the end zone.
He was going to get in there no matter what.
3:07 to play, and you come out of that one 23-17. A little scary, but you're up.
Not a little.
A lot.
It depends on how you define little. It was really scary.
And we're staying at home to Syracuse. This one ended in a big win for you, a 42-3 job. And
I won them. We played Texas down in the Cotton Bowl that year. We beat them 31-6. We played awfully well. And we played a couple other players. Well, I was awfully good pressure by Timmy Johnson.
Sacks.
Timmy had a great night this night.
The Tide went up 3-zip, and then Penn State took over. That's all you gave them all afternoon.
They started out like they were going to jam the ball right down our throat, but then this was a great job.
19 yards.
He could have gone 55 or 60. He hit that crack just the way you draw it up.
And we're going to be right in now, Joe.
Yep, no, he did.
His defense was superb.
Colin had a super day. He and Bennett, I think he was out to prove that he was every bit as good, if not better than Bennett, and I think he did.
23-3 over the Crimson Tide, a most convincing win, and shot you up in the rankings, and I think they believe us out of that.
Yeah,
all right, the next one.
Receivers, that Edmonds kid, the big tight end, played a great game. It was a great effort by Marlin. And here's a two-point play, which, of course,
He pressures heading, he throws and Cobbs knocks it down. You survive. 17-15. The season was on the line there.
Exactly right. It was on the line. Cincinnati was on there. It's on, and they're coming up.
This day it was on the line at Notre Dame, one of the hardest hitting games to this point of the season, I believe.
Yeah, Notre Dame was good. Notre Dame was awfully good this day. I mean, if they had played that well against everybody else, they probably would have won 8 games.
Notre Dame played by Connell and Kirkendall. Pete seemed to be around that ball.
Yeah, well, Pete's a good football player. Now, here's a great play. One of those plays, the guy's so wide open, you're afraid he's going to drop it.
That's what he said. He was only concerned about catching the ball. You don't expect to find yourself.
It was a first down play, and good fake by Schaefer and Roundtree. Just kind of put the guy
First and goal on the 6, and your defense comes through.
That may be the biggest defensive play, because they were on the 6-yard line ready to go in for a touchdown, and that put them 3rd down and 16. And that turned the whole football.
White sack there. You win it 24-19 with a superb defensive effort late in the game. And Lou Holtz can have that team right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to be tough. I tell you, they lose a lot of good football players. They had about 18 seniors who started. Now, people don't realize that. They lose Berline. They lose that Griffin kid. They lose, one of those wideouts.
All right, the last game. The big one against Pittsburgh after a 24-19 win over Notre Dame. And Pitt was ahead 7-3 when Mr. Towers takes over again.
That's a great kickoff return. Boy, you can throw them up all you want, but unless you got a guy like that can make a couple guys miss, you can forget about it. Somebody's got to make them miss. That really dampened Pitt's enthusiasm. Up to now, they were really going after us, and they still kept after us. They didn't quit.
That a great run by DJ for 6.
And see, I watch him just finds that crack and he spurts up through it. Reminds me of Kurt Warner did then.
Very much so.
Puts those old legs, and he's so much faster than people realize. He's a legitimate 4.5 almost any time he'll run 40. I mean legitimate, unlike some of these guys with those slow watches.
Well, Mr. Kisner takes over after John banged up the finger a little bit.
And that was money in the bank for next year.
Eric Hamilton, 82 yards. Really, that was the only legitimate bomb of the season, wasn't it? I mean, the big one.
Yeah, well, the Roundtree, the best of Roundtree was a 50-yarder against Notre Dame. Yeah, I don't think get rid of those things.
14 over the University of Pittsburgh. The Pitt Panthers go down, and Joe, you have completed an 11-0 season. And as our late, dear departed mutual friend Bob Prince would say, you had them all the way.
Yeah.
Except for a couple of Saturdays.
Yeah, we didn't have, but it was a fun year. It really was a fun year. It was fun. There's so much going on this year. We've talked about this before. Started out with the big dinners we had, the 3 dinners for the squad, celebrating the 100th year of Penn State football, and then to be able to go through and win them all and be in a position we're in right now where we're going to play for all the marbles on our own night. On January 2nd, it's unbelievable. You would like to plan it that way, but you wouldn't be dumb enough to plan it. You'd say it can't happen, but it's going to happen.
The Offensive Player of the Year is brought to you by the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. We wrote the book. An academic scholarship award presented by Bell of Pennsylvania will be donated to Penn State in the name of the Offensive Player of the Year, senior quarterback John Schaefer. John saved his best performances for his final season at Penn State. In the 4 key games from Alabama through Notre Dame, Schaefer completed 65% of his passes. He finished the regular season with only 4 interceptions and 3,470 career passing yards. When he has been the starting quarterback, he has won 65 games and lost only 1 since 7th grade. The Defensive Player of the Year is brought to you by Meisterbrau, the beer that only tastes expensive. Meisterbrau is a product of the Miller Brewing Company.
Hi.
Defensive Player of the Year is All-America linebacker Shane Conlon. The 5th-year senior from Frewsburg, New York, had another great year. Conlon led the Lions with 63 solo tackles and 79 total tackles, with 7 of them for losses. Shane is the latest in a long line of great linebackers at Penn State, and he may be one of the best. Congratulations to our Meisterbrau Defensive Player of the Year, Shane Conlon.
Big game.
Miami, what's your feeling at the moment?
Oh, well, I haven't had a chance to really look at as many pictures as I'd like, but they're an awfully fine football team. Very, very talented football team on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a tough football game, but boy, if you don't like to play in this one, you don't belong in football. And I'm like a kid again getting ready for this baby.
I guess you are, and so is your team. And you have so many dedicated 5th-year seniors who say they will not let this one slip away. But
We're in after them.
we'll find out January 2nd in Tempe, Arizona, and Penn State, ranked number 2, takes on number 1 Miami for all of the marbles again. Joe, thank you very much, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk about that big one. Thank you for joining us. So long. See you next time.